Hey all, welcome to Parker's Reefs. On today's episode, we're going to check out Lawrence's incredible 4.5 meter long mixed reef tank. Alright, thank you for joining me on yet another episode of Parker's Reefs, and as touched on in the intro, today we are going to see an incredible 4.5 meter or 15 foot long mixed reef aquarium. And what makes this even more ridiculously impressive is this is Lawrence's first ever reef tank. Now, to be fair, the man has had a huge range of very large freshwater tanks before, but this is his first go at a marine aquarium, and he jumped quite literally into the deep end with a massive custom built aquarium. And I'm super glad that I can say he invited us over to bring our camera along and to share this incredible tank with all of you. So I guess without any further ado, let's roll Lawrence's footage of his beautiful 15 foot long mixed reef tank. All right, here we are. We have been welcomed into Lawrence's house and greeted with this incredible peninsula system. So first of all, before we jump into details on the tank, Lawrence, thank you so much for one, making it possible for us to be here, and two, allowing us to film this tank to share with the world, because this is next level, man. This is incredible. Can you tell us, before we go any further, what size is this beast? I have to pan across just to see all of the tank. What sort of dimensions is this tank?
Yeah, so firstly, thanks for coming, Sam. It's great I can share the tank with you. I've been following you for a while.
Thank you.
So the tank, dimension-wise, is about 4.3 meters long.
Wow.
It's 1 meter wide and 75 centimeters tall.
That's a solid tank. Have you got a rough idea on the volume of that? What's the literage?
So it's just under 4,000 liters.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid system.
Yeah, it is. It's my first reef tank.
You just jumped in the deep end?
Yep, I went straight to the top, big deep end. Yeah, I'm a kind of guy that does things like that, unfortunately.
Nice, I like it, man of my own heart.
Yeah, just under 4,000 litres.
4,000 litre first reef tank, incredible. And can you tell us roughly how long the system's been running for now?
Yes, it was set up in March 2023, so just over 18 months.
Okay,
ago.
yeah, nice. And the system's clearly hitting its strides. We'll get into all of the livestock in there in a minute. I imagine a 4,000 litre system like this, you don't just pop into your local fish shop and pick one up off the shelf. I assume this was a custom build on site or something like that?
Absolutely, yeah. So we had it custom built on site by Chris from JZ Aquariums.
Yeah, awesome. Yep.
So we built it in conjunction with the home.
Yes.
So it was all designed to take the weight and to fit the tank with the cabinetry and the layout being a peninsula tank.
Beautiful.
So yeah, it went quite well. Chris was great. The tank's been really great for, almost 2 years now when it was built.
It's an incredible...
So yeah, I've been very happy with it.
Incredible space, and as you say, the cabinetry, the peninsula setup here, the way it separates your living space over there into sort of the bar area in here is super cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we really love it. The family loves it.
Yeah,
so
sensational.
It's been great.
Layout. Yeah, incredible. Now, I imagine you've got a whole heap of equipment to keep a system like this running. Maybe if we start maybe from the top, we'll look at lighting, and then we'll work our way into the tank to have a look at some of the interesting flow of things, and then we'll finish up with the filtration underneath. Can you run us through the lighting?
Yeah, we'll go through the lighting. So open up the cabinets.
Yeah, nice.
And you can see we have a bit of a non-traditional setup. So we've got some noob psychs.
Yes.
So there's 16 of those that run all the way around the tank.
Yes.
We've got the Mirage X300s.
Nice.
And there's 3 of those.
Yes.
Above each bommy. And we've got 6 of the Orfec OR4s, the new OR4 bars.
Yeah, nice.
That have only recently gone in a couple of weeks ago.
Beautiful.
So bit of a process to work out what lighting we put in there, because I wasn't sure, being the first reef tank, wasn't sure it's going to be a long-term thing for me.
Of course.
And obviously,
well, you hope it is when you've put a 4.5 meter system.
Yeah. So originally it was designed for a freshwater setup.
Okay, yeah.
But we swapped it to a saltwater because we just fell in love with it.
Yes.
But I didn't want to do spend the money outlaying all the cost for, all the radions
of course.
or the high-end lighting.
You would need gazillions of them over a
Yeah,
system
yeah.
this
I
big.
would have needed like 20 of them or something like that. So,
yeah, easily.
so we went with a bit more of a cost-effective solution, but
Yes.
also reasonable quality lights.
Of course.
And I've been really happy with them, to be honest. I've been running them now for, just over, well, the whole time, 18 months
Yeah,
or so.
yeah.
And, it's, I had to add the OR4 lights recently because I just wasn't getting enough par
Yes.
for the SPS.
Okay. Do you know roughly what sort of par you're getting in the system now?
Yeah, so before the OR4, the Orfec lights went in, they were about 400, 350,
Okay.
400 at the top.
Still pretty reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, and about 100, 120 at the bottom.
Okay,
So it was okay. It was growing SPS.
Yes.
But I just wanted to optimize it. I wanted to get to that 500-600 at the top.
Of course.
I haven't remeasured it yet, but it is definitely brighter.
Yeah.
And I've had to turn them down now, so I don't want to shock the system.
Yeah, well, you added 6 and they're 1 metre long lights too, I'm guessing too.
Yeah,
so
1.2 meters long each. Yeah, so
you've added quite a few extra watts of power on top there.
There's definitely enough wattage now, I think. So we'll see how we go with it.
Do love the extruded aluminium light frame, and I do love the way you've got the Nupiche angled in too, just to really get the LEDs bouncing the light in every direction.
So we ended up angling them in to stop as much of the shadowing along the front and the bottom.
For sure.
It's still there, but not as much anymore. So that was a bit of an improvement we made.
Always key, I think, with LEDs, if you can get them bouncing in all directions, just to try and replicate that T5 and halide light effect where just light waves go in all directions. It works well, and it also looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, very nice. And man, you've got some infrastructure up above, apart from the lights up here as well. All sorts of obviously cable management, and electrical runnings, and
So we've had a bit of. Well, we had to design the electrical network around the tank.
I bet, yeah.
So there's multiple circuits. I didn't want cables coming right down the side of the tank, so all the power's above the tank, most of it for all the lights.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Only a couple, actually no, all of them up above, only a couple of cables coming down for the ocean motions and the wave makers down there.
Yes.
The Reef wave makers at the end.
Yep, the gyres.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we had to do multiple circuits down below and above, and we've got them all hooked up to a Tesla battery backup system.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So with the solar power.
Yep.
And that gives us a backup in event of a power outage.
Yeah, excellent.
So it's been working quite well.
I'm glad to see that you have thought of that, because I mean, you're getting to public aquarium size setups here, and I can imagine the electrical infrastructure, but then as you say, when you've got this amount of livestock in a system, you don't want to just come home from work and find out the power's been out for 8 hours and everything's on its last legs. So
so it's quite a smart system. It actually monitors the weather.
Yeah.
So if there's a storm coming, it won't discharge the battery for the home. It keeps it at 100%.
Yeah.
And we had an outage about a month ago.
Yes.
And the battery was full, and it ran the tank for about 6 hours, no dramas. The heater was on, everything was on, so it worked quite well. I was very happy.
Good. It's one of those things where I think you can be the only person in the street that's excited when there's a power outage. You come home and you see
everything's still running, everything else is off. It's like, well, what's going on? But I'm glad I did that, so it's good. Yeah.
Good. Good investment. And also, when you've got something like the Tesla battery, you can run other parts of the house as well too.
Yeah, well, ordinarily it runs the house.
Happy.
Exactly, it runs the house, keeps it, electricity bills down. And, over a period of about 5 years, it pays itself off.
Yeah.
So, in 5 years' time, we would have a free backup system.
Happy days. You wouldn't want that. Excellent.
So, no-brainer.
You did touch on some of the ocean motions and flow that you've got in the system here. Can you run us through there? This obviously being peninsulas at any size are a challenge with flow.
They are.
I can only begin to scratch the surface of imagining how much of a challenge that is on a 4.5 metre peninsula.
So it has been quite challenging to get the flow, towards that end and the middle.
Yes.
This end's very turbulent.
Okay.
Because I've got two MP60s.
Yes.
And a Jabal pump on this side.
Yes.
And this bommy here is very, very turbulent. So the SPS are growing really well there.
Yes.
So we had to think of a way to get more flow in the middle of the tank. So I didn't want to just add more MP60s and more flow and kill these corals. Blasting that in just to get some flow here.
Yes.
So we bought some of these ocean motion oscillating devices, essentially, so you can bolt on a wave maker.
Yeah,
such as I've got the Nero 7s on there now.
Yes.
And I've had them going for about 2 months now.
Okay.
And they've been great. So they're completely automated. They're 270 degree rotation, programmable, and you can actually give it the time it takes to rotate.
Yes.
You can have it pause and target a certain coral.
Perfect.
So it's a great little tool that's helped with the flow towards the middle of the tank, and also creating more turbulent flow everywhere else, because it rotates the full 180 degree.
Yeah.
And it takes about 2 minutes. I've programmed it to rotate around. So
okay,
nice. I've been happy with them. I've got a couple more waiting just for the corals to grow a bit more.
Yeah.
And we'll add them in later.
It's a clever idea, and it works really well. It's quite a neat solution, and the fact that you can then not just get a wave maker in the middle of the tank, but get it pointing all directions. And, being able to program that to be either a slow rotation, a quick rotation, they're going to suit all systems. So very nicely done. I did notice a couple of auto feeders up here. Obviously, running a couple of those just to keep some food in throughout the day.
Absolutely, yeah. They run 4 times a day.
Yes.
So the larger pellets and the smaller pellets for the smaller fish.
Very nice.
And keeps them just feeding throughout the day. Obviously, I do my own feeds in the morning and the evening.
Yes.
So keeps them nice and full and
keeps them ticking along
and happy.
Very good. Well, we talked about the MP60s up the far end there, the Nero 7s on the ocean motions there. On the far end, as most peninsulas tend to do, you've got some guys there just to help get that surface vegetation back along the top of the water and the laminar flow there.
Yeah, so this side of the tank's very low flow.
Yes.
Because our return pumps at the top push in this way.
Yes.
So the bottom side of this tank is very low. So we've had to get some dryers, angle them down, but turn them down real low, just so it doesn't blow the sand around.
Yes.
And I got a Jabal pump also at the end there, just to help target this middle bombing.
Yeah, just get a bit of a flow down the side there.
It's working quite well so far.
The flow in there looks to be pretty nicely balanced. I mean, we've got the LPS here just gently wiggling away. You've got SPS with polyp extension. It's doing everything it should, which is a testament well laid out system.
Thank you,
Now, I can only imagine, we're talking roughly 4,000 litres of volume, decent fish load. You've got to have some pretty serious filtration under this. Can you take us through what sort of system you're running?
Open the doors up.
Yeah.
So there's an 8-foot sump down below.
Nice. That's about twice the size of most people's tanks.
Yeah. So all the work starts on this end.
Yes.
So there's no whee on this setup.
Okay.
It's just straight overflow to the first baffle.
Yes.
Runs straight through a filter sponge.
Yep.
Which we have to change every about 2 or 3 days now.
Okay. Yep.
So it's quite simple. It runs through baffles, through some media, through a bag of carbon as well. This middle section over here used to be my refugium.
Okay.
But I've recently converted that to a little bit of a frag tank.
Yes.
Just to keep some corals when I first get them in, just get them acclimatized before I get them in the tank.
Yeah, nice. That's a thing that I learnt a long time ago, and it almost revolutionised where I placed corals in the system, was to have somewhere like that. Typically, particularly with SPS and wild collected SPS, they come in at the local fish shop sort of late at night. By the time you get there, you pick a piece out, you take it home, you've been at work all day, you've been at the fish shop all night.
Yeah.
You kind of need to spend a little bit of time with the family.
Absolutely,
And you're a bit tired, so you can either just like drop that coral in the tank the first place you find, or you can put it in the holding system and think about it. Just leave it in there, let it acclimate to the conditions.
Exactly, yeah. So one of the challenges I had being a new hobbyist was placing the corals, where to place them.
Yep.
So I was forever changing them. This one's not happy there, it's too high, too low, not enough flow, too much flow. So I needed somewhere to put the corals just to think about it. Just to think about where they go, so I don't move them around too often.
I've been in the game for 15 or so years now, and I still need time to think about it. I get the coral, it looks pretty, but then I need a week to think where I want to put it for its best chance of success, but also probably the easiest spot to mount it as well.
Exactly, and you want to make sure the colours will match too.
This is true. No use
because
putting a green
found
coral next to a green.
Yeah, I found on this tank, I was just putting corals, anywhere the flow would work, but then I realised that, I've got too many greens together, I've got too many reds together, and it aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, yes.
So I had to move them around just to get a bit more mixture with the color scheme.
Perfect, perfect.
So yeah, there's a bit of thought that's been going into that lately.
Well, that works well, and that space, gives you an opportunity to acclimate the corals in there.
Yeah.
Have them not, the fish aren't going to bother them while they're settling in there, and you can find a good spot to mount them. Yeah,
totally. And the next baffle over.
Yes.
So this little one there's a recent addition. I call it the fish jail. So I've had a couple of fish that were picking on my LPS.
Yes.
Such as that old mate over there, Stripey. So he's in jail at the moment.
Sure.
He's it's actually a nice jail for him. He's by himself.
It's a white collar jail.
Yeah. So whenever I get a fish, because I've had a bad run of fish eating some LPS lately.
Yep.
I've missed a foxface here, caught him the other day biting this gonny. As you can see, he's not too happy. And so they go there when they get in trouble.
Perfect.
And the next one over is just my return pump. So I'm running the Vectra L2s, two of them.
Oh, two, I was going to say the L2's a big pump, but two of them's even bigger.
Two, so get quite good flow from the L2s, two of them.
Yes.
Being happy with that. And
that's the way you've got the return coming out at the peninsula end, so that
correct.
The flow has to go all the way back to the weir.
Pipes run right across, up, around, and down.
Right,
so there's a bit of a process to get the water back, but it gets there in the end.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's kind of it. It's pretty basic setup.
So basic enough system for
I have reef. Well, being my first tank, I wasn't clued up at the beginning.
Well,
so.
It's all you need.
Exactly, you get a lot of those fancy sumps now, and you get the filter roller mats, which I'm looking at putting one in.
For sure,
hopefully.
I can imagine with this many fish, a filter roller.
I'm just sick of changing that filter floss every couple of days. It's just I'm keeping the tank as low maintenance as I can. So little things like that help a lot.
Makes a big difference. Skimmer, you run a skimmer on the system?
Yeah, so I've got a little fish room here, I'll show you.
I was going to say, it's a simple filtration, but it can't be that simple.
No, so we have, I'll jump in here so you can see.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So we have a bit of access from this side of the tank.
Oh, look at this.
So you'll see a bit more filtration in here and the control box for all our pumps.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We have a roll exclusive skimmer running.
Very nice. I was thinking, when I couldn't see a skimmer in that sump, I was like, surely not. There's got to be a skimmer in here, and you've got the best of the best in there, skimming away very nice indeed. And
so skimmer runs straight from the overflow.
Yes, okay.
With some valves just to adjust the flow that runs through.
Beautiful.
We have ATO on the wall here.
Oh, yep. So you got your RODI machine there.
Yeah, so that's connected straight to the sump.
Beautiful.
Not through a reservoir.
Yes.
And it's running through, the safety mechanism on it is the float valve. So if it ever malfunctions, the ATO malfunction, it hits the top of the sump and the float valve switch it off. So there's a bit of a safety net there.
Perfect. Yeah, we don't want to flood this beautiful home. That's for sure.
Exactly, no, we don't want to flood it. So
No. And then, see, you got Kalkwasser, Deltec Kalkwasser there, being fed by a Versa.
Yes, Versa pump running the Kalkwasser. Beautiful. There's a reservoir underneath only for the Kalkwasser stirrer.
Yes, okay.
And the Versa pump.
Yep.
So that gets topped off by the ATO as well.
Yeah, nice. And a big UV up here on the wall.
Yeah, big 120 watt Pentair UV.
Beautiful.
That's connected to my heater line. So I've got a pool heater outside, an 8 kilowatt pool heater.
Okay.
That runs on its own line, own pump.
Yes.
Yeah, and the UV sterilizers.
Through that, yep.
Connected
I'm assuming
to that
that's
line.
heater and chiller? Or just heater?
It does chilling as well.
Yeah,
correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so the UV's been a great addition to the tank.
Yeah.
Been really happy with its performance.
Up with that clarity.
So, it's clarified the water. It's helped a lot with the ick.
Yep.
So I had ick in the tank at the beginning, and it was just causing a bit of a havoc.
Yeah.
Ever since I added this, it's just disappeared.
Right. Yeah. I often get asked how good the Pentair is, and I say, well, to be honest, on this system that I'm running now, it's been on since day one. I couldn't tell you how good it is because I've never experienced this tank without it. But when I hear stories like that and people go, I turned it on and within 48 hours it was night and day.
Yeah, night and day. I've put a powder blue tang in there recently.
Yes.
and they're known for ick.
Yeah.
And it's been fine. It's been there for about 3 weeks, no ick, and it's been chased around, so it's stressed out a bit.
Yes.
But it's very happy with it, and it's helping with the algae on the glass as well.
Yeah, it does make a difference there.
So it's about once a week now we're going to clean the glass.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so
well,
that's the fish room. Anyway,
very handy little fish room there, and does explain how the sump itself can be so simple when you've got your main filtration in the big Royal exclusive skimmer in there, and the main supplementation on the Kalkwasser, plus I guess the main clarifier in that big UV up there. So simple enough sump. Still a simple enough filtration process, but there's some quality gear in there, which makes a bit of sense now.
Yeah, no, it does help out. we got some quality gear at the end once we knew we were going to be in the hobby for a while now, so we started upgrading it a bit. So we had originally a little mantis skimmer.
Yep.
But that just wasn't keeping up, so we had to upgrade, and we ended up getting the Royal.
And handy to be able to have the Royal exclusive. With that room you've got there, you can have the external Royal exclusive. Makes cleaning it and maintaining it so much easier.
It was a bit of a pain in the ass to get in, clean the skimmer.
Yeah.
Every whatever couple of days, so it's a lot easier there. I just turn a hose and it just drains out on its own. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Perfect. Much better than get down on your knees under the sump here and all that sort of business.
Exactly.
Well, now that we've talked about the lighting, we've talked about the flow, we've talked about the electrical infrastructure, even the filtration. We've got to make a start on what's inside the glass box itself.
Yeah, totally. Let's do it.
You've got a fair bit in there, man.
There's a lot of corals. There's a lot of corals in the tank, and it still kind of looks a little bit empty to me. So
where should we start? Do you want to start with fish or coral?
We can start with the fish.
All right, let's start with fish.
So we got a variety of tangs.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 yellows.
Yeah.
We've got a lipstick tang, a bristle tooth. Big fuckface now. He was little.
He's not little. He's massive.
Yep.
And speaking of massive, how about this guy?
Yeah, this guy's gentle giant.
Is he a unicorn?
No, it's a flamingo tang. I think
part
of that family. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. His little hump on his nose was tricking me, but what a specimen. He is a big unit and gorgeous looking fish. Has a real presence swimming around there.
He does, He's very, very peaceful, and he follows you around everywhere.
Really interactive.
He's one of my favourites so far.
Gorgeous colouring on him too. That blue splash across the face and just the patterns throughout the body. Beautiful fish.
Yep. We've got Mr. Powder Blue here.
Yes, the fairly new addition.
New addition. We've got a sailfin tang who's a little bit shy.
You got there's Giardini.
There he is.
Sailfin.
There's Giardini. So he's the boss of the tank.
Yeah, okay.
He's very dominant and he chases everyone around every now and again.
I was going to say, is he going to do it on cue, but not
Potentially.
quite. Oh, look at this little guy. Another little tang here.
Yeah, that's a little Dusumeri tang.
Yeah, nice.
So I only recently put him in a couple of weeks ago.
Beautiful.
So hopefully he grows.
I'm sure he will. He'll end up about this guy's size. So.
Exactly, that's the plan.
Oh, and this one
little convict tang,
convict tang,
Yeah, he does well on the algae.
They stand out so much, the colours. Well, I always say the colours on them, I guess I kind of mean the lack of colour on them. The white and black give such contrast to other fish.
Yeah, they're just different, They look really good, and they smash the algae so much. So he's a real workhorse.
Excellent.
Okay, so we have some wrasses as well. So we've got a banana wrasse at the top.
Oh, yes, see him over there. Yep.
We've got a lineatus wrasse.
Beautiful.
He's a recent addition as well.
Cleaner over there too. Cleaner wrasse.
Yes, there's a little cleaner wrasse scooting
he's
around.
He's on camera. He's very fast.
There's an orange back wrasse here as well.
Oh, yeah.
So he's been in the tank since the beginning.
Nice.
And we've got a flasher wrasse, a red flasher wrasse. He comes around here
see him over there.
every now and again. There's a couple of other wrasses. There's this, if you look over here, there's this pastel wrasse.
Beautiful.
And there's a disappearing wrasse.
Disappearing wrasse?
It's called a disappearing wrasse, yeah.
I've never heard of those before.
It's
going to have me Googling after filming.
You can see him over here. He's a little bit shy.
Right on cue, he is disappearing.
Yeah.
There he comes out,
There he is, yeah.
Yeah, right. Interesting little animal. Yeah, cool.
Little guy. There are, obviously the blue chromas, blue-green chromas.
Yep, decent number.
There's a bunch of those. There's about, I think, 15 or 20 of them.
Yep.
And we've got some anthias.
Yes.
Some, I think, lyre tails, yeah. There's a bunch of those in there. There's about 7, 8 of them.
Here with some
there's a male.
We've got one Australian stripey that's...
yeah, little stripey.
he's not nipping at the corals yet?
He has, actually,
Okay.
yeah. I've had a bad luck with the stripies. They're all starting to pick at the corals.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So it's... but he's done really well on the Aptasia.
Yeah.
So we had a big Aptasia outbreak when I took the guy in the sump out.
Yes.
That just went crazy, the Aptasia in the tank. So we had to get another one, unfortunately. So it's... I believe it's some type of fish we have to keep just to keep the Aptasia down.
Keep it at bay, definitely.
I do have a margin butterfly fish as well.
I did see him briefly before.
Yeah, he's always in and out of the rocks.
Yeah.
He's over here on the side, underneath this rock over here.
Yeah, he is too. There he is.
You'll see him picking at
he's just
the Aptasias and that.
Keeping things at bay there.
Yeah.
It's part of the challenge of a system this big is trying to find the fish. I have enough trouble finding fish in my tank, and it's a third of the size of this.
Yeah, I used to have 2 blue tangs.
Yes.
And they, for some reason, started eating my scollies.
Yeah, okay.
So when I had a bad run, I was losing LPS left, right and centre. I couldn't realise why. And one day I seen them going hell for leather on this scolly. So that was the reason why all my scollies and my LPS were upset. So I had to sell those and just
that was their one-way ticket out of you.
Yeah. Not happy about that, but we're recovering for now.
That's it. For your first reef tank, I think you're doing an incredibly fine job.
Thank you.
I can assure you we all go through challenges. Anyone that says otherwise that has a perfect reef tank is absolutely lying. And for your first reef tank, you should probably go through more challenges than successes. So
totally,
if you've ended up at this point so far and it's only going up onwards and upwards, then you're on the right path.
Yeah, there was a lot of challenges early on, Sam. There was the ugly stage went for about 6 months.
Yeah.
We had every type of algae growing here.
As I always say, big tanks are big cycles, big ugly
cycle,
stages.
Man, big ugly stage. It was shocking.
Yeah.
We had to treat the tank for bubble algae, bryopsis, cyanobacteria. There was a whole bunch of stuff. The ulva, that lettuce algae was growing everywhere at the beginning. It was just terrible. Yeah, I've gone through it all in this tank in such a short amount of time. It's been a journey for sure. Yeah.
A good test. Oh, that's good. Good to see you've managed to come out the other end.
We're at the other end. I think we're in the clear for now.
Definitely. Also noticed nice little mandarin fish.
Yeah, there's a couple of mandarin in there as well.
Yeah. And there was a flame hawk kicking about.
Yeah, flame hawk is.
He was sitting up here amongst this rack, but he's taken off now. So
there's a
darkfish or a bark goby.
I think it's a zebra goby or something like that. I forgot what they call them.
He looks cool, particularly in the peninsula there, when you can sort of see. He looks like he's just floating in midair there when he's over there. Super cool.
Yeah, he's a cool fish. I love him.
Yeah, very nice.
I believe that's all. the fish that we've covered.
I'm sure there's more.
I think there's 1 or 2 other wrasse. There's little pink streaked wrasse somewhere, but he's always hiding.
Yes.
Yeah. So and also there's lawnmower blennies.
Oh,
there's a couple of those scooting around as well.
Yep. You can see he's keeping busy having a munch there, doing what we hope all lawnmowers will do. Now.
Yep.
Well, actually, before we move on to the coral, of those fish, have you got a favourite?
Probably the yellows.
Yeah.
Yellow tanks are my favourite. Yeah, they're just the colours that they bring out to the tank is just looks good, So been happy with those. I got a couple of them getting along, so
goals there.
Yeah, I was quite happy with that. So they're probably my favourite.
Yeah, nice. Sure. Oh, you should be able to get away with a couple in there with a tank this size.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough room for everyone.
That's right. Yeah,
plenty of room for them to hide in. Yeah, you can just see the yellow come through on cue there. That's one of them, and then the other one they're just about to cross paths.
A bit smaller one on this side. Yeah,
gives you a nice sort of hierarchy. You got the big guy and the second in charge, which is nice.
Right. Yep.
No, they look a treat, and it's a good assortment of fish. Normally I'll save the question for any future plans until later, but while we're on the topic of fish, have you got any dream fish, any fish that's on your shopping list for the future?
Absolutely. So the Achilles tank.
Yeah, beautiful.
And the long-nosed black tank.
Oh, yes, okay.
So I'm treating the powder blue as a bit of a test run.
Okay, yep.
So if I can keep him without dying of ick for a few months.
Yes.
Which seems like it's going well, then I'll go for an Achilles after that.
Beautiful.
So I don't want to go and bite the bullet and get one and have him, struggle in there. But
of course,
so want to go for a black tank.
Yes.
And an Achilles. Hopefully, they're kind of my 2, dream fish I want to get in here.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you've got the system capable for it. So I look forward to seeing that dream become a reality. Now, after covering fish, we've got to talk coral, and we're going to get an opportunity to go right around this.
Yeah, we'll go around the tank for sure.
Whilst it's been, as I've been filming this video, I keep sort of trying to pan across and step back to try and get it all in view, but this angle doesn't actually really showcase the width of this tank, because it's quite long, but it's normally systems this long are quite narrow. This is quite thick, and you've got basically 3 full, like you've got a 4.5 meter scape here, you've got a 1 meter scape on the end, and then a 4.5 meter scape on the other.
Yeah, it's over 10 meters of tank.
So it's a lot of room for coral. So we've got heaps and heaps of coral to go over. Maybe we'll start at this end and we'll work our way across. This bommy is obviously your sort of SPS dominant area, because you've got the good flow there. And
exactly, yeah. So I've found that the SPS just grow a lot better on this bommy.
Yes.
So I've been stocking that more than others with the SPS.
For sure. And you've got some beautiful pieces. And the green goblin looks a treat there.
Yeah.
You can see the sunfire grafted cap there. That's encrusted and got really nice bright polyps on it.
Starting to grow.
We've got the rainbow Monty next to it there encrusting, and then we come up into some nice, you've got nice smooth skin blue there. There's an acrofrag, a couple of digis growing out. One of my favourites up here though is this sort of orangey, peachy piece.
It's peachy, it's called peachy.
Peachy, yeah. Is that from the guys Aquamarine Aquaristic down in Melbourne?
No, I got that off the guys at Eastwood Aquarium.
Yeah, nice. That's a beautiful piece, absolutely love it. Great colour on it. And then this piece up on the corner here, that's quite nice.
Yeah, so that's a wild colony.
Yeah, beautiful.
So I picked that up from Eastwood as well. They've got some really nice wild colonies.
Got some colour, and the polyp extension on it is sensational. It's doing some cool things. This green and pink piece up on the sort of central part of the top of that bommy.
Yeah, that's called gumdrop, I think.
Ah, yes, yeah, beautiful. Yeah. It's going to be very nice.
Yeah, they're still growing out from frags, but they're starting to encrust nicely.
That's the best way to do it with SPS, I find. Get the frags and let them go. There's there's kind of 2 ways to go with SPS. You've either got wild colonies or named frags. I must admit, I kind of like an each way bet. I go like a frag of a wild colony and just see how they grow out and colour up. But no, they look great. And is that a Walt Disney up behind the gumdrop?
It is, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And this blue stag on the corner here.
Blue stag,
That's going to give you such a nice wide branch shape there. It's going to really tie off that sort of corner of the scape. It's going to look beautiful.
Hopefully, yeah. It's starting to grow out some new offshoots now. So
beautiful.
So yeah, we'll see how that one turns out.
Excellent. Then if we follow the bommy along, you've got, I can see a Dallas, though he's over the other side, so we'll talk about the Dallas over there. Is this a, I think they call it a lettuce coral or something on the
I think they call it potato chip coral.
Oh yeah.
that's what I was sold to me as.
Yeah, well that sounds a fitting name.
Yeah, so that's just gone in recently actually, so it hasn't started to grow yet.
It's a very delicate structure, but it gives such a contrast with that shape that it grows in, and it's going to look a treat.
Yeah, hopefully.
And you've got this Monty that's well and truly encrusted down here. That's a fast grower, that one.
Yeah.
Looks very nice, a great collar contrast with that bright orange and the nice sort of metallic green polyps on it. Then your gonies around this bommy all settling in very nicely there, looking good.
Yeah, starting to look, they were looking good for a long time, ever since the foxface started having a go at them. They've been touch and go lately.
A little bit of an arm wrestle there, but
they've been doing really well. I've been happy with the gonies. I lost a couple and I don't know why.
Yes.
But I want to plan to get some more. Hopefully.
I reckon the colour on this one here, that's quite unique.
It's different, isn't it?
It's got like a teal arm with a sort of peachy coloured polyp on it.
They're great. There's so many varieties of the gonies out there, and they're just
that's something
infatuating.
That's exploded in the hobby over the last couple of years. All of these different iterations of glitters and things out there, and amaze balls and infernos and things are just ridiculous. And then I've just noticed here, is this a Duncan? It's a Duncan. It looks almost like an elegance. So you cannot see the heads in there at all. Just the frills on the extension is crazy. It looks absolutely stunning.
It's been growing just from 3 heads, that one.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. That's good growth in that time frame. That's impressive. Totally. Very nice. Then you roll up into a bit of a euphilia space here. You've got nice hammers, frog spawns in there.
Exactly, yeah. So our euphilia is more towards this level.
Yes.
And lower.
Yes.
I've been trying to keep the scape that way, and the SPS above.
Keep above, yeah, makes sense.
So got a variety of hammers, a couple of frog spawns on this rock here.
Yeah. I love both this WA gold frog spawn here. Absolutely stunning. Right, good placement next to the toxic green there.
Yep.
And then this one that the Narso's just in front of now, with the gold anchors on that one is, yeah, that's quite nice.
A little bit unique, that one.
Yeah, I like that. It's not a solid gold. It's just got gold on the tips, and that kind of gives it a really nice contrast. I like it. Very, very nice. And then you've got a little assortment of Trachophilia down here.
Yes, trackies.
Very nice.
A couple of dash on this side.
Beautiful. Nice speckle on that one there. It's got that nice
it's got a nice gold speckle on it.
Gold speckle through it, yeah. And then, you've got some of this. We just filmed behind the Desk Giardini there, another Sydney Siders reef tank, Will.
Yeah.
That was one SPS I spotted in his tank, and I said, I've never seen that before, I love it. I've got to get some. Yeah, and I was like, you've got 2 frags of it, and I see Will's managed to bring one over here.
Yeah, he's dropped one off the other day, so I was seeing that, I was like, I've got to have that as well.
Definitely,
so,
yeah, it's got a unique structure.
Prime little location there for it, so.
It's prime time position right there, I love it. And another piece that's singing out is this toxic yellow piece up here on the point there.
Yeah, so that was a recent frag I got from a local store.
Beautiful.
So it was sold to me as a yellow tenuous.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so nice colours for
certainly
sure.
It looks that way. And I tell you what, our friends watching this from America and probably also the UK will be throwing their drinks at the screen if you call that a frag, because anywhere else in the world, that's a mother colony.
It's a colony, yeah.
We're very lucky here in Australia. Like even here, I'd say that's a pretty healthy frag. But yeah, everywhere else in the world, that's a huge colony. And no, it's beautiful. And yeah, the colours just continue. You've got, as you say, this nice Miyagi taut up there, I think it is. Yeah,
Miyagi up the top.
Yeah, looking a treat. And then is this what's this green with the purple swirl through it there?
I think that's a rainbow loom.
Yeah, okay.
So I've got 2 rainbow looms. One's growing nicely on this side.
Yes, I see
and the frag just on this side hasn't grown for some reason. I can't work out why. But
that's SBS for you.
I might have to move it, yeah.
I just give it some time. Sometimes I sit dormant for a while.
Yeah.
Do their thing. But if you've got 2 in there, it gives you an each way bet. You can let one do something and see if the other one gives you different growth, different colour. But no, that looks great. So many nice SPS. The polyp extension, is that a Vivid Confetti up there?
Yeah, Vivid Confetti kind of centrally there at the top.
Yeah, beautiful.
I think we've got Red Smiggle at the back.
Yes, yes.
There's one at the pinnacle. There's a golden jawbreaker.
Beautiful.
Jaw dropper or jawbreaker.
Yep.
Yeah, and a couple of wild colonies here.
Excellent.
There's a red explosion frag there.
That is quite nice, yeah.
So yeah, it's starting to encrust.
Beautiful. The bug has bitten, the SPS is encrusting.
Totally. Totally got the bug now for SPS. You know, it's just seeing them grow and seeing results is more satisfying than anything, yeah.
I was talking with Jared, who's just chilling out over here. He's been my very kind driver while I'm up here in Sydney and taking me around all these beautiful reef tanks. And we were talking about how LPS are beautiful. Like you put them in, they give incredible colour, flow, all that. We love it. But a reef tank that has grown in SPS is a reef
next level,
tank.
Isn't it?
Like LPS tanks, I still call them like a fish tank. Like you sort of put a thing in, yes, they grow, that's fine, they do that. But when SPS grows into the shape of your tank and the space you've given it, it really makes it look like a piece of the reef. And
absolutely, it's more natural, you know, they're the building blocks of the reef.
That's it.
And, you know, it sustains life out there. So, yeah, we
in a tank this long, when you've got SPS growing along the top here and your fish, when they see the auto feeders put food in and they swim through the branches of the SPS to get to it, it's going to be
that's the plan.
As beautiful as a Disney movie. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. So that will go very well. But we're only about a quarter of the way through the corals here. There's more to come. You've got Holy Grail torches.
Yeah, Holy Grail.
Pretty solid examples too. Heaps of green and gold on that one. Looks a treat. More hammers. You've got nice Hulk torch hammers up there.
Yep.
And then some very nice deshies down here.
Yeah, a couple of desh and gonnies down here. And
this desh is stunning. The gold on that guy.
Gold desh. He's one of my favourite dishes.
Yeah, looks beautiful. And yeah, this Zoll Garden's really taken off.
Yeah, the Zolls are growing nicely on this rock for sure, yeah.
Beautiful. And having to play with some Blastos there too.
Yeah, a couple of Blastos, seeing if I can grow them. Haven't done the best so far.
See how they go. Could be.
See how they go.
Stripey's picking at them potentially.
I think he is, yeah. Yeah, he decimated my Acan colony over here.
Well, that's the 2 corals. I was going to say something that picks at corals, Acans and Blastos are the first things.
Yeah. So I've just let him pick on them, just so as long as he stays away from, you know, the scollies and that. So
sacrificial.
Yeah, sacrificial, exactly. So Yeah,
here you've got more
bit more
SBS all
bit
on the
more
top
of
here.
the
I can see
bommy, yeah.
Fox Flame, got some more very nice pieces in there. This red piece on the centre of that's quite nice.
I forgot what that one's called.
Yeah.
There's PC Rainbow on the left.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
There's this one here, it's called Yellow Dragon.
Oh, nice, nice.
And there's I believe it's called I forgot, Japanese. It's a Japanese one, I think.
Sure, yep.
Forgot what it's called. It's got a Japanese name.
Beautiful. One thing I can say I do love, up on the top here, it's very well encrusted. That teal piece with the blue tips, or the minty green piece is probably a better description.
Yeah, that was from Aquamarine Aquaristic, that one. Didn't have a name.
I'll have to hit Jono up and say, get us a frag of that, because the long, smooth tips of that, just beautiful.
Yeah.
And the colour contrast is stunning. And then we come to it, you've got some Morgonies.
Morgonies, yeah.
Doing well there. Here is the stripey right on cue, nipping at the acans there. So we won't interrupt him.
That's it.
That beautiful new tang there. He's just keeping the rocks nice and clean.
Yep.
Got some bird's nests on the corner here. That's going to look stunning. And that's going to fill out that whole corner there.
Hopefully, it's the plan. Yeah, I've been mix and matching what colours I put on this end because it is a bit low flow.
Yes.
And I've just gone with a couple of anacroporas and bird's nests. A couple of the corals aren't doing the best, so I might have to move them to better flow areas. But yeah, that's the idea around here, just a bit more low flow corals. Yeah.
Something to experiment with there. And this doesn't look like a green goblin. Is that a goldenrod on there?
That's a goldenrod.
Yeah, that is stunning, and I love the placement next to the TNT there. The yellow and the
contrast with the yellow and red looks good for sure.
You've done well. You say you're a first-time reefer, but I don't know. That's
I'm getting better, Sam. I'm getting better.
And then let's have a look at the view from the end of this, because this is a full metre wide. That is most people's tank right there.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a nice view coming down the stairs in the morning.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, it's quite enjoyable for sure.
Definitely. So yeah, we've had a look at the SBS on the top here, but I've just noticed you've got some Recordia down here.
Yeah, got some Ricks going as well.
Some pretty nice ones as well.
Yeah, they've been a little bit of a challenge with the strength of the light.
Yeah, okay.
I've had a couple melt on me.
Yep.
But I've managed to just hide them and tuck them in underneath some overhangs just to bring that par down on them.
Give them a bit of respite.
And they're doing quite well ever since I did that.
Yeah, very, very nice. Now they look a treat. And then we come across, you've got some red dragon there on the corner there.
Yeah, the red dragon frag growing out.
That will go fast once it settles in. It's a beautiful SBS. I really like it. And when it's really happy, the polyps on it, and I can say this with some confidence now because I had it in my tank for maybe 2 to 3 years, and I would say for 80% of the time it was not really happy. It was growing very fast and looked like it was absolutely loving life, like it would grow almost while you were watching it. But it's only been in the last 6 months or so that I've actually seen the coloured polyps come out on it.
Oh, wow.
And it gives it this incredible metallic glisten. When you get to that, and I will put my hand on my heart and say it took me 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, wow. Well, I look forward to it. Hopefully we can get it to grow like yours.
Yeah. Highly recommend it now. It's one of my favourites now. Now that I've seen what it can do. Just took me a few years, but we'll get there. Nice gold hammer up there, some more ricks. You got a big rick up on here.
Yeah, big rick in the shade there.
Yeah, he's enjoying that spot nicely. Got some more trackies down here, and then you come over to another zoa garden. This one's...
Yeah, I'm starting to start a new garden for zoas on this side, so hopefully they'll grow out nicely like the other side.
The tank looks like a completely different system on this side. Like it looks like another
different tank, isn't it?
Yeah. You cannot recognise the other side from this side.
Yeah, I've stocked the other side a bit more than this side because I'll spend more time on that side.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm trying to get this side stocked this year and next year hopefully.
Yes. One of the challenges of a big peninsula.
Yeah, it's a challenge to fill the tank up.
So many spots. Yeah. And then we come across, this is a nice big trackie here, this guy.
Yeah.
I like the colours of him in there. He's got that blue, he's got the reds and pinks through there.
Pinks, I love the pinks on that one.
Yeah. And you got another nice one over there too. He's got a little bit more solid in the colour there. He's got, very strong bits there.
Yeah, I noticed one of their torches, I think the Hulk torch spawned and dropped the baby.
Oh, it has too.
You see that there? Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Interesting.
Super cool. Hopefully that grows out well. Yeah, very nice. That's always a good sign of a healthy system. Yeah,
I was quite surprised seeing that. I didn't know what it was at first, but ended up growing. I'm like, that's actually a coral.
Beautiful.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't go zapping it just yet.
That's it. Yeah, so moving on, we got this side of the middle bommy.
We're still moving.
We're still going, yeah.
Crazy.
So,
look at
there's
Ophelia on here. That is this a bubblegum digi?
Yeah, bubblegum digi, yeah.
It just has a little bit more brightness than the forest fire, doesn't it? And it looks a treat there. Very nice.
It adds a bit of contrast to the redder, browner corals.
Definitely.
For sure.
Definitely. And I've got to say, this Hulk torch here, it's probably one of the brightest Hulk greens I've seen. It is absolutely singing there, just showcasing some colour for days. And I almost skipped past them. You've got your trackies with some scollies in the middle here.
What's left of my scolly garden.
Just recovering.
They're still getting picked on, unfortunately, but we'll see how we go.
Can be the challenge once they start picking on them and they get a little bit of skeleton exposed, then it's every man it's a free ticket for everyone to jump in. But if you can get them to come back, they will. You've got some absolute stunners in there. This guy here is almost a rainbow, just crazy colours through him. And then this one back here, it's almost a mix between a bleeding apple and a war paint.
It's a mixture one.
Bit of a both going on there, which is cool.
Yeah. Yep. So there's a bit more SPS on this side.
Yeah.
There's a large green wild colony here, which has been growing nicely.
It is, yeah. I love the way it's got such a fine point that it's connected to, and it's growing this big structure off that, which is it's showing that it's definitely anchored down well.
Yeah, we have a cherry bomb here.
Yes.
Which has been growing since a little tiny frag. But I can't seem to find the colours that other people get from it.
Yeah.
It's just a bit brown and a bit dull for me, which is why I thought that one of the leading indicators why I thought I needed more light. So
I was going to say,
we'll see.
I had very much the same experience with cherry bomb. Everyone was showing these, what I was considering to be oversaturated pictures, because I'm like, it doesn't look anything like that. It looks somewhere between grey and brown.
Exactly, yeah.
But I did move it into higher light, and I did start to see some, for lack of better words, cherry colour to it. So I still don't think it was quite as bright as some of the pictures I've seen online, but welcome to reefing, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. You don't know what editing's happen on some of the photos you see.
This is true.
Yeah.
But I think with the addition of your new lights, it'll get a bit more power and see how it responds.
Hopefully, yeah.
Then I've just spotted up here, what is this right at the end here?
That's a orange setosa. Yeah. So that's growing really fast, actually.
Holy moly.
That was just a little frag, maybe it's not even 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
That's incredible.
Yep. Yeah, it's going quite well.
I hate to tell Will that the favourite SPS I've ever seen has now been surpassed. That is ridiculously nice. It just stands out.
Yeah, it's been a quest of mine to get more orange in the tank.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult.
Doesn't get much more orange than that.
So I might start fragging it and moving it around, I guess.
That's that orange. It makes you either want to jump on the accelerator or the brake because you think the lights are changing. That is as orange as it gets. It's it's a stunning piece. Really nice showcase piece to put on this side of the tank, which is spectacular. Well, you've done a ridiculously good job at setting up,
thanks, Sam,
stocking and maintaining this system. You must be incredibly proud of it. Can you tell us what sort of maintenance it takes on a system like this? This is a huge system, and you're still, to be fair, you're still learning the ropes. You're 18 months into your reefing journey.
Yep.
How much time a week are you spending on the system? What are you doing?
Well, I spend about half an hour a day on it.
Okay.
Just testing.
That's reasonable.
Just testing, feeding, random maintenance on just the filtration. I don't do water changes.
Okay.
So I'm running the Trident method at the moment, more modified one, but it's been working quite well for the time I've had the tank.
Great.
So I've only ever done about 2 water changes in 18 months.
Yep.
One was for a high molybdenum level in my ICP.
Yes.
And the other one was after the bubble algae treatment, the continuum
Got to pull it out.
treatment, getting all the stuff out of it. So, I manage my nutrients quite well with, a few different filtration methods, one of them being vodka dosing.
Okay, yes.
So I've managed to keep, from having to do water changes, because on a system this large, you'd be having to do maybe 600 litres, 700 litres every water change. So we managed to get by without that, and the tank's doing great so far. We clean the glass once a week. Okay. So with the UV filter, UV light, it's reduced it from about every second day to about once a week.
Yeah, beautiful.
And apart from that, it's just moving corals around, corals that fall over, re-gluing them.
All that standard stuff.
And yeah, there's not much filtration. I don't clean the gravel.
Yep.
I don't touch the bottom of the tank. I've never touched it.
No, that's a good way to be.
And it's just optimizing flow and just, doing trace element dosing.
Sure thing.
I dose traces once a week.
Yep.
And yeah, that's kind of it. It's a pretty low maintenance system, so I'm quite happy with it so far.
Very nice. You spoke briefly then on trace elements. Ignoring trace elements, but your major elements, what sort of parameters are you chasing, if you are chasing parameters on a system like this?
Yeah, no, I definitely chase some parameters. So for alkalinity, we target 8.5
Yes.
DKH.
Nice.
So we run a Reef factory KH keeper.
Yes.
To manage just the testing of the KH.
Okay.
And with the calcwasser, it keeps it quite stable.
Yeah, great.
You know, the continual dosing of the calc it was a game changer for the tank, I think. We chase, for phosphate, we chase 0.1.
Okay, yep, nice.
Yeah, and nitrates at 10.
Yep.
And that's kind of it. I chase calcium at 450.
Yep.
Yeah, 450 calcium. Magnesium 14, 50.
Yep. All pretty standard.
Yeah, pretty standard numbers, nothing crazy. I do run the nutrients a little bit high, the phosphate and nitrate. I find that the tank was more stable.
To be honest, that's pretty much the modern reefing approach.
Yeah.
It was a few years ago that we were all focused on ultra low nutrients. Now,
exactly,
I think 0.1 phosphates and about 5 to 10 nitrates are where most of us are at, and finding success at that, yeah.
So at the beginning, I was running GFO, and I was told I needed to run GFO full time.
Yep.
Which was just bottoming out my nutrients and causing all the algae to grow.
Yes.
So the best thing I've ever done was just pull that GFO out and let the nutrients come up and stabilize.
Yeah, okay.
And that just really allowed the tank to mature.
Yeah, great.
That happened about maybe 9 months ago.
Nice.
So yeah, I was quite happy with that. So I don't run any reactors. I just run carbon in a bag. I used to run in a reactor.
Yeah.
So I just run in a bag and pull it out, put it back in.
Keeps things simple.
It's just very simple, low maintenance.
No one would.
That's what it's about.
No one would question your water clarity there. Like we can see through to your bar room in there. There's nothing in the water. It's as clear as it gets, and that's with no filter roller.
No filter roller. No.
Just carbon in a bag.
Yeah, just carbon. Yeah,
works a treat. Now, future plans for the system. You're 18 months into your reefing journey. Normally, people are talking about upgrading their 2-foot cube at this point. I'm assuming you're not going to be upgrading this system anytime soon.
No, not upgrading. Can't really upgrade here.
But plans for the system, you talked about obviously the Achilles tang and the black tang.
Correct.
Anything else that you're looking to do or implement or change on this tank?
I think I'm dabbling with the idea of going more SPS dominated.
Okay.
Because I'm really enjoying it more than the Ophelia at the moment. Yeah,
that SPS bug has bitten hard.
Absolutely, yeah. So I was thinking about just maybe moving more of the Ophelia down towards the bottom because the light's obviously increased.
Yes.
Which will allow me to do that.
Yes.
And then I can just go more SPS and allow them to grow. And it's just maintaining it. The aim is just to maintain it, let it grow and flourish.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's still a young system.
Definitely.
So it's got many years ahead of itself to go. And, you know, I think, it's just allowing it to grow and just getting a bit more fish in the system, and letting it, and enjoying it. Essentially, we like enjoying the tank. Isn't it? Right? I sit on the tank for a couple of hours every day just watching it.
Beautiful.
It really helps me calm down. So
that's the aim of these things. That is the hard part of this hobby, is that first 12 months you do go through all of those ugly periods, and there are so many challenges, and you often reflect and go, the whole point of this tank was to enjoy it and be calm, not
that's
be
how
stressed.
it was at the beginning. It was really tough, and I'm like, why am I doing this? I wasn't sure if it was going to be long term, but now I'm at the greener pasture side, so we'll be able to enjoy it more now.
Hopefully that gives people watching this that are going through that hard patch a bit of courage to stick with it.
Exactly. Just keep going. Just work out what's going wrong and fix it. Just step by step.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's good advice from someone fairly new to the hobby, so well done. I think that's probably everything I can ask of this system. I'm going to make sure I get plenty of B-roll footage so that I can get all good close-ups of these fish and coral for everyone to see, because when I stand this far back to capture a 4,000 litre system in shot at once, you can't really make out any of the corals there, so I've got plenty of footage for that. But I just want to say thank you so much for allowing us in here. This is, it's your precious weekend family time, and you've made it possible for us to come and film this incredible tank, so thank you so much,
Sam.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, guys, there you have it. That is Lawrence's first ever reef tank. Believe it or not, his 15-foot custom aquarium is his first foray into the marine world, and what an incredible setup it is. Anyone out there who has jumped into this hobby before knows how steep that learning curve can be when you go from freshwater into marine, particularly when you go into a mixed reef, and then you stack on top of that the fact that he's got a custom 15-foot long aquarium. The learning curve must have been tremendous, and Lawrence has done a fantastic job at getting this reef tank this far and has really set himself up for success in the future. Truly a testament to how embedded in this hobby Lawrence is, and I really look forward to seeing how much this system grows out over the next year or two. Normally I would say it's a true piece of art to have a slice of the ocean or a slice of the reef in our home, but when you've got 15 foot of it, that's enough to say you have a reef in your home. So truly something to behold, and to have that as a peninsula dividing the living room from the bar is just incredible layout. Truly amazing to see. So firstly, thank you, Lawrence, for making it possible for me to come and see this tank in person, but also for allowing us to share it on YouTube with everyone out there, because I'm sure everyone out there is really going to enjoy seeing this tank. Now, I will wrap things up there, but I do want to give a very quick but a very massive thank you to all of my channel members. Their names are on screen here. These guys chip in a couple of dollars each and every month to make it possible for me to get out and about around the country, and hopefully in the short-term future around this globe, to see some of these incredible reef tanks like we saw Lawrence had today, because without their support, it's truly not possible. So thank you very much to all of these names on screen, and for everyone else who has yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. That costs no money whatsoever. It takes 2 seconds of your time and truly helps the engagement. The YouTube algorithm loves to see people subscribe, interact with the videos. So please, if you can, consider hitting that subscribe button in the bottom corner down there. Tick that bell notification if you want to be notified of the next video, which at the moment is 2 videos each and every week leading up to the end of the year. So it'll give you a little pop-up notification to say that a new video is out, and you can check it out as soon as it's released. Now, I will wrap things up there, but as I just mentioned, we do have 2 videos a weekend all the way through to the end of the year, so I look forward to seeing you again each and every weekend. Saturday morning and Sunday morning drops here in Australia, but that will translate to wherever you are in the world. Some people, I think in America, are saying that Saturday night drops, but either way, I look forward to bringing you 2 videos each and every week up until the end of the year, and I think I'll wrap things up there. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please do pop a comment in the video down below to say your support through to Lawrence, who's just done an incredible job, and I think he deserves all the credit in the world. So please do leave your messages of support for Lawrence down there. Anyway, guys, I will wrap things up there. Thank you so much for watching this long. Till then, stay safe, keep reefing. Cheers, bye.